Hey, thank you so much for listening. Had another idea to do today. I already talked a little bit earlier, had an episode earlier, but just on my way home started thinking about this after my last client. Just like fitness, life that is too easy does not push you to the next level, and it is intrinsic in difficulties that it will take you to the next level. And now one analogy as well, again with fitness, is, if you push too hard with fitness, you can potentially get injured, right? And I think the same thing happens in life. If you have some obstacles that are challenging, and maybe at first you're not quite sure how to handle it, but they're not so challenging that they debilitate you. So one of those challenges might be being in a war, getting shot at, all the PTSD and stuff that happens when we're pushed too much. And then people have these lifelong issues and flashbacks and all the horrific things that happen. But for most of us living in the civilian world, the day-to-day it's not so life and death, right? So we're very fortunate. We're very fortunate that we can put these challenges in front of us, or life puts challenges in front of us to help us grow. And, the whole cliche, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger, literally is true. And literally think about it like a workout. If you have pounds to lose, you know that you need to exert some effort, right? You need to put forth some energy to lose that weight. You don't need to go so far as to, blow out your back and your knee and your neck, but you do need to work. Same thing in life. So instead of doing what a lot of us do, and that is after the fact, we say, wow, it was really hard going through that, but looking back, it was really a blessing because I grew so much. What if at the next obstacle, the next difficulty that comes up, we get not only neutral, but we get happy? Wow, I'm about to do a workout, a life workout, whatever we want to call it. So kind of a little segue, I really appreciate some of the call-ins from the Anchor community. I want to play those real quick right now. Thank you so much.
Hey man, it's your boy J Modes here. Just checked out your station. Love the positivity and all that good stuff. I'll be sure to keep checking out more.
Hi, it's Katie here. I just wanted to reach out and say thank you so much for calling in today. It really means the world to get feedback from people and to find that people are enjoying some of the content that I'm talking about. And just like your podcast, how you talked about today, the amazement that we're here on this earth. And it's so precious to be able to have this sort of platform where we're able to communicate and look into the eyes or step behind somebody else's understanding of life. It is such a beautiful process, and thank you for your content. I adore it. I will be a lifelong listener, so keep putting it out there. But just again, thank you so much, and I appreciate you listening. Have a great day. Bye-bye.
Thanks, Inspired Life, for calling in, man. I appreciate it. You're right, man. People are scared. They have fear, and they just like, hey, man, how is he going to handle this? How is she going to handle this? And like you said, especially your parents, it's like, hey, that's a lot to get into. It's a lot of people in this world, and I don't want you to get hurt. Like you said, they're trying to protect you. Also, man, yes, man, I am trying to make the best out of this life that I can, especially when it comes. I love people, man. I see it as a gift from God to be able to talk to all different people, man. I don't know. I'm overwhelmed just talking about it, because it's like, man, I know a lot of people are like antisocial and stuff like that, but me, man, I'm not like that, man. I feel like I can learn from a lot of different people, just like I learned from your podcast the other day. So I appreciate the compliment, man, and you keep coming up with the good content too. I'm listening.
Thank you so much for listening to the Inspired Life podcast. I'm Chris Janke Bueno, and don't talk about fitness too much on this station, but I am a personal trainer and owner of my Core Balance personal training studio in San Jose, California. Just thought I'd share a little bit extra about myself. All right, thanks for listening. Hello, and welcome. Thank you so much for joining me on the Inspired Life podcast, where I'm basically talking about my ideals and how I want to live my life. And today, I learned a good lesson. Now, I wouldn't say it all happened today, but it's been an accumulation over the last maybe year to 3 years. As a kid, I was always a dreamer, and I would still call myself kind of a dreamer, although I prefer the term visionary, right? A dreamer is like the homeless guy living down the street, and the visionary is Steve Jobs, right? And the difference is basically nothing, except Steve Jobs took action. But I've always been a dreamer. I've always been a, what if? What can I create? And up until, 5 years ago, it really wasn't manifesting in anything other than I was just getting so excited about my vision, which, by the way, looking back, I know is now a necessary ingredient. You need to get so excited about your vision, even when everyone's looking at you like, are you okay? I mean, you can't even pay your own bills, and you're like pie in the sky, head in the clouds, right? But you need that. If you're ever going to create anything new, you need that. But today, I really got to thinking about the value of just doing what is right in front of you. Running your errands, getting that kind of stuff done. And there's a place, a huge place for that pie in the sky visionary thinking. And there's a huge place for just make a to-do list and get it done. Get your head out of the clouds. I think in The Simpsons, I think this was the grandpa. He's like, get your head out of the clouds, melonhead, or whatever he said to Homer as he was daydreaming. And that's absolutely true sometimes. Sometimes we just need to buckle down and get stuff done. And that's pretty much it for today. Good learnings today. Of course, we want to find the balance. So here is a cheers to you finding the balance in your life between head in the clouds and feet on the ground. Good luck.
The podcast you just heard was recorded with Anchor. If you want to make your own, download the Android or iOS app completely free from anchor.fm/podcast. That's anchor.fm/podcast.